We are in downtown Mansfield, Ohio, and my husband said, come on, we're off to the wonderful Sam's Club with my mom, and we're going to, he said, come on, and he treated us to breakfast. Excuse me. So what I wanted to show you is where I'm sitting now, which is a beautiful fountain. This is the park down in downtown Mansfield. My great-grandfather owned the Park View restaurant. So the reason it was called the Park View is because you could see the park, or see the restaurant, or the park from the restaurant. So somewhere in this section, we're about ready to go to the building section because we've had a hard time finding it, and Mother doesn't exactly remember where it was. Down in this strip was the Park View restaurant that was open in like the 1930s, 1940s. My great-grandfather owned that. And he was Greek. Stephen Georgopoulos, if you want to talk about Greek, boy, was that Greek. But somewhere down here in this strip was the Park View restaurant. Now, we just ate at the Coney Island Inn, which I think was open in like the 1930s. Guys, if you go in there, you're literally going back in time. That's what it felt like when we were going in there. You're literally kind of going back in time, and they have the booth set up, so forth. That was open in like the 1930s, 1940s. The gentleman in there does not know which one of these buildings were actually the Park View restaurant, but he said they first were at where my grandfather moved his restaurant to because he couldn't see the park anymore. He named it Parkway Restaurant. And they said they first started off there where the Parkway used to be, and then they moved over here. So somewhere in this strip was where the Park View restaurant was. So this is downtown Mansfield, Ohio. And I figured I would take you, kind of show you around a little bit. We're going to go to the park building, or the parking authority building, whatever, to see if they can tell us which one, because I can find and I know where the Park View or the Parkway restaurant was. I don't know where the Park View restaurant was, and I've had a hard time finding that. You can see, and it's hard to see the thing because of the comments. So if there's anybody on, say hi. There's Reed's across the street. That used to be a little shop. And my mother remembers going in there with her mom and her brother and so forth. And then, excuse me. So that's Reed's. She remembers that very well. And they used to play within this little park while they were waiting for my great-grandfather to get done and my grandfather to get done and be able to go home. So I figured I would show you a little bit of the history in this big building right here, where you can see, you see that big tall building I'm looking at right now? There's a little brown building attached to that. That is where, you can probably see it, where the brick brownie building is. Around the corner, that's where the Parkway restaurant was then moved to. So it was still within the vicinity. It just was not, you couldn't see the park anymore. So it was literally in that building, on the side, you can see where the brick is. And that's where the Park View restaurant, Parkway restaurant, I get it confused, was eventually moved to. They used to call my grandfather Uncle Jim. A lot of times during the Depression, and when money was tight for people that he knew, he would feed them and wouldn't charge them anything. So he was well known as Uncle Jim. His middle name was James. And so that brick building was then where the Parkway restaurant was. Now, down here, where all these shops are, you'll see a blue building. That is a tremendous, amazing Greek restaurant. And he does a lot of times, a lot of years, he always helps out with the Greek festival. I'm wearing my Greek festival shirt, y'all, today. I thought that was fitting. See my Greek festival shirt? And I can't see without. Hopefully everybody can hear me. So the sun's bright today. So down there is tremendous Greek food in that blue building, if you can see it, blue and white building. But Reed's used to be a place my mom, it's now an apartment building, but it used to be like a little shopping area and so forth down there. I think maybe the shopping area is still open on the bottom part, but there's restaurants and so forth. Coming from Florida, this is a very, very different downtown, coming from downtown Fort Lauderdale, than what shows in downtown Mansfield. We always want to go. Well, one of these days we'll go into the Uncle Jim's restaurant. I can't see with, and I can't. Hi, Rooted. My sunglasses on because I can't see. One of these times we're gonna go and eat in here, Uncle Jim's, or Uncle John's, excuse me, down here. My husband said that the sausage biscuits and gravies were good. Not the best he's ever had. And he said his wife makes really good sausage biscuits and gravy, but I put a lot of sausage in mine. But he said it was still good for it. We have to go back and try. Very reasonable prices. Really good food overall. But, it's the Coney Island. So somewhere in this place here, and we're about ready to find out because I've tried to look and I can't find the Pacific address. I kind of want to stand in front of it. Is where my great-grandfather owned the Park View restaurant. So my mother used to say, they used to, play in the park area, as you can see here, while they were waiting for my great-grandfather to finish up. So the Coney Island restaurant's been there since the 1930s. You literally feel like you're stepping back in time. I can't say that enough. Very good food. The pancakes were delicious. The sausages were delicious. The food was reasonable. And you really do feel like you're stepping back in time. So hold on a second. The sun is bright today. There we go. So it was a nice surprise to be taken out to breakfast this morning. I don't think I've got these things on right. Trying to do this one-handed is not the easiest thing in the world. Hold on a second. Get inside. Can you turn the volume?
I'll have to let you go. She's live.
All right.
Bye.
So, anyway, that we're gonna go to the the building code plate place. Hi, Duke. We're gonna go to the building people and see if they can tell us.
Right now?
Here, hold this for a second. Yes, over here. I'll go in. Like I said, we can find and we know exactly where the Parkway restaurant was located. We don't know in this strip where exactly the Park View, and my mom doesn't have a total remembrance of that. So,
I don't know where it's at is the problem.
Well, I'm sure we'll find it. It was somewhere in one of these buildings. And I'm just curious which one it was. And they've got to have records within them. Oh, there's flamingos.
I think that's the place where Auntie M was.
So, there's a carousel downtown Mansfield. There's a carousel down here. This is, which, is this the Lutheran church? Or the Episcopal?
Methodist.
Methodist. This was one of the churches. My mom went to the Lutheran, but this was one of the churches in downtown Mansfield.
They have church bells that play every year.
Yes. She said she always used to love listening to the church bells that would happen.
Well, I think it's speakers now.
Yeah, but back then it was church bells. She went to the Lutheran church. In this town we have the Greek church where and there's the no, that's not the,
it's not the Lutheran. The Lutheran's the other way.
The Greek church is where my grandfather was baptized, or not my grandfather, he probably was, but my mother and my uncle were baptized in the Greek church. So when we go there for Greek Fest every year, it is a place where there is family heritage coming down. But anyway, we heard that they had tremendous sausage, biscuits, and gravy. And Josh he said it was good. He said it wasn't the best. So he said, so we'll see. But anyway, I just thought I'd take you downtown real quick and show you. I'll probably be changing the thumbnail again. Remember, subscribe, hit that like button, and remember that there's memberships and channel memberships and super chats available on the channel. And guys, we're only about 50 away from getting the 1K. So if there's anyone that has a channel is able to share us out, I would greatly appreciate it. So we can get there. We're still working towards the watch hour, so those people that are just hitting our playlist, I am tremendously thankful. And so I just thought I'd take you a little bit around and show you a little bit of Mansfield. Coming back to this area I've always felt like when we used to come back here and visit my namesake, I always felt like I was coming home. I don't know why. And there's a great bit of my family history located in Mansfield. And I have always loved the town. It was very much of a manufacturing town for a long time. That has ceased to happen. And I think that was a great part of it was lost. One of these times I will take you all, especially, I think probably the time to hit it will be the Christmas. We will go and take you to Kingwood Center. He was a big help in, there's a lot of history in Mansfield. He was big in helping to bring electricity here to this area. And of course, Shawshank Redemption movie was filmed all over Mansfield. So there's key places. If you come, you can go see the Ohio State Reformatory. You can go take the the bus, and they'll take you around to certain movie spots that were done. And so there's a lot of history here, but probably around Christmas time I'll take you to, and we'll go to Kingwood Center and show you all around it. There's a beautiful gardens, plus the house is beautiful. They just decorate it so beautifully during Christmas time. So I'm gonna head off here, but I just wanted to hop on and show you a little bit of downtown, and we'll try to figure out which one it was that it was the actual the place where the Park View restaurant was actually at downtown. I'd like to find the actual thing and go take a picture with my mother. So you all have a great day. Stay connected. We're off to the Sam's Club shortly here. Have a great day. Stay connected, and we got you covered. Thanks for having us covered, and hope you have a sausage and biscuit kind of day too. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.